Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans? Oh! You're talking about shenanigans, right?
Forrest Gump, and he was about to have sex with Jenny, you know.
Jenny.
Do you think in the middle of it, he was like, Mama always said to put a rubber on before I insert this into your hoo-ha. And then he gets in there and he's just, I'm just going to keep on going.
Obviously not, because he had a kid.
Oh, that's right. It'd be more fucked up if the kid was black and he'd be like, oh.
Welcome to
Punkass
and Random Heroes Cheeky Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
My name is Jesse, a.k.a. Random Hero.
My name is Nick, a.k.a. Punkass. Because why? That's
you're
my
a
name.
Punkass.
That's right.
Yeah, I decided to try something differently and just interrupt you with the
Yeah,
intro
well,
this time.
that was, it threw me off guard because I was going to say is if this kid was black, then he'd be like, oh, it must be genetic, so it's okay. Mom always said life's like a box of chocolates. You're always going to get a black one. And that's how we'll get started with the show today.
So you like the dark chocolates in a box of chocolates?
You know, it's mixed feelings because the dark chocolate has like real like dull bitterness taste, but then if you throw some like caramel in the middle, kind of, you know, meets it in the middle. So
I've never been a fan of dark chocolate.
So I like milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate.
I like
yeah.
Tiger Woods, you know.
Jesus. So this episode, again, not sponsored by anybody, but I want to give a shout out again to the guys at Morningwood Energy Drinks.
Yeah, because look, it's a little cock.
Yeah, and it says on the bottom, it says Sofa King Good.
Like Sofa King? You know,
Sofa
remember?
King.
It's the only way you get away with saying shit with your parents.
Yeah.
No, I said Sofa King, okay?
I couldn't have ever actually gotten around to saying that. Like the 2 or 3 times I swore in front of my mom before I left their house was just not good. In fact, in our house, the word sex was a swear word. I got my mouth washed out once for just saying the word. I didn't even know what it meant.
Sex. I always like saying intercourse.
Intercourse. Coitus.
You want to have intercourse right now? Come on, let's go.
How about we go back to my place and have some carnal relations?
Do you remember like the first time? Have you ever told your mom like when you're a kid and you're mad at her, you're like, I hate you, and then you like run away to your bedroom? You ever done that?
No, I think once I called her a bitch under my breath as I was running away, but she heard it. And so she just came in, she's like, so you want to call me that word, huh? And I was just like, oh, damn it. And then that made it worse.
I remember I was mad at my mom. I was like 8, and I was like, I said I hated you. So, you know, of course, you know, hear your mom's feelings, and then I felt bad. And I remember I was like trying to write a letter or a note and like threw it under the door. I'm like, I'm sorry.
You know, I'm noticing a pattern here because you said that you did that. You wrote her a note, left it under the door. You just left her.
Hey, don't. Well, where are you going with this, bro?
You know exactly where I'm going with this. I'm going right back to your mailbox and how you proposed by leaving a ring there.
Because
gonna leave a note under the door, leave the ring in the mailbox.
It was the only way because somebody was being a little asshole. Didn't want to see me. You know, they do that play thing like, oh, yeah, I want to see you, and then we'll make plans. Oh, no, I'm busy.
Well,
I gotta do this.
You know how that kind of comes across, though? Like, I know that you had the best of intentions
I did.
Probably by both of those acts. But
I did.
If you really put yourself in their shoes, it's almost like you're trying to get in the last word. Like, oh, I don't want to see this guy. Oh, he left a ring. Like, oh, is that supposed to make me feel bad?
How romantic is that? You're just like, oh, I'm going to check my mail today. And then fucking you open it and this glare of light pops through and it's the ring and it's like, will you marry me? And you're like, oh.
But you're nowhere
so
around.
So sweet. Exactly.
Girls don't want to be proposed to like that. They want you to be on bended knee, making them feel like a princess. I assume. I've never done it, but.
Well, here's the problem, okay? It's all these damn romantic rom-coms that ruin it for everything.
Romantic comedy movies?
Romantic movies or romantic comedies. Because they do like the most like perfect proposements and like doves flying in the background. Fucking church choir in the side.
Yep.
Hallelujah. and then, will you marry me?
I think you've got a little bit of a point there. It feels like romantic comedies and movies in general, they really idealize the, how do I want to phrase this? They make
Intercourse?
it seem like the bigger the romantic gesture, the bigger the payoff.
Yeah.
So then, nice guys like me growing up think that if I do these big romantic gestures or never give up or I'm always there to help them, that means that they'll fall in love.
See,
and it's just not true.
This is what happens. I get into relationships, and then I try to make it like The Notebook, 'cause that's what they want.
What?
And then
Now, I know you've seen it. I haven't seen it. So.
Okay, well, girls have. And then I do that, and then they realize life is not like The Notebook, and then they dump me.
I can't say I've had that experience, but like in the early days of Resonance, the first band I was in with Aaron and all those guys before we met you, I was playing guitar and the lead singer, and I met a fair amount of girls who were kind of into that. I was in better shape, looked okay. We were a pretty decent band, and there were some girls that were into that. And the problem was like, either they would want to hang out or they'd want to hook up or something. And then when they discover the next day, like, oh, you still have a day job. Oh, you still do your own laundry. Like,
yeah,
you're a normal person when you're not on stage. Then all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, this was fun, but I got to go. You know what I mean?
See you later, alligator.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That happened a fair amount of times. And that, I can't say that I know exactly how it feels to be objectified to the extent that most women do, but I do have a little bit of a glimmer into that world just by experiencing that. Yeah.
What else have you experienced?
I open mouth kissed a horse once.
Oh. Hey, dude, speaking of horse mouths, last night, okay? Last night.
Oh, God.
Last night.
Great segue.
Yeah, it clicked in here, okay? Jesse wanted me to go out with him last night, so I did. We went out to this bar because, we're both single at the moment, unfortunately.
I'm letting you set this all up because I just want to see how poorly you communicate.
No, I'm not. So anyways, he wanted to go out last night. It was singles night at a bar. It's usually not my type of scene because I don't like being social that much. Much.
You'd rather be single?
Much. No, but I don't know. I do okay in other ways. But so I went with you to maybe get a funny story out of it. I felt pretty awkward. I'm not gonna lie. I felt pretty awkward in there because it's not my deal. Jesse was more social.
A little bit.
He would actually try to talk to girls, and I would just stand there and be like, "Oh, okay, well, this is good." But one girl looked like she had a horse mouth. She had really big teeth with a really big smile. Another one was kind of, a little on the chubbier side, touchy-feely with you. I was at a bar getting a drink, and then she comes and, touches me, and I'm like, oh, all right, then. Yeah, and then we end up playing some games like darts and some skee ball, and I kicked Jesse's ass. Any game we played, I won. We tied once.
I wanted to set up how much of an accomplishment that was by telling people first that I have been in dart leagues and I've played a lot of darts from working at bars.
Yeah, he sucks.
He still beat me.
I did. I was pretty good. Good. I just won out.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back and correct everything you just heard.
He's not going to correct shit.
So it wasn't singles night at the bar. I'm part of a singles group for this area that I live in Snohomish.
Same thing.
And technically, but the bar wasn't hosting it. Everyone there wasn't a singles night person. It was just a group of people went there for it.
Pause this thing. I would rather us find a speed dating thing and try that and maybe get some funny shit out of it.
Well, let's do that.
Okay, we will.
So Nick and I are going to find a speed dating thing if they still exist, and we're going to try that.
Yeah, I want to try it.
That'll be worth the laugh. That's what you thought it was.
That's what I thought.
So it's this group of people, and it's a Facebook group. I've been fairly active in the group for the last month since I joined. And mostly it's just been talking and sharing memes about being single that are pretty funny, and it's been whatever. But they wanted to have this night. I told them I would go, and then I was like, hey, Nick, you're single again, kind of been mopey. Let's get you out of the house and go. What's the harm? So we go, and we get there, and there is a fairly good group, but it looks like they're pretty much already paired off somehow. And so, the one girl, she was really nice and definitely my type. And she was kind of touchy, but she had brought a Tinder date.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She's one of the Tinder girls.
Yeah. Well, I've done Tinder, too. It's still on my phone right now since my last breakup, but I don't really use it.
I never have.
It's whatever. It's a instant way to judge people. That's all that it is.
I wonder how many would judge me.
So there wasn't really a whole lot of attention paid to us. We introduced ourselves and we talked to a couple of them, but then we're like, hey, let's go play darts. We're playing darts for a while. Nick kicks my ass twice. I keep trying to get some of the people, even some of the guys, but like especially the girls involved. And
I
like, hey, do you want
did
to come play with
see a
us?
couple of douchey guys too.
Yeah.
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 Uh,
Well, we were the guys who would go out every 20 minutes outside and vape, so I think they all thought we were the douchey guys.
Probably, but
But yeah, so after about an hour maybe, we were outside and Nick's just like, I can just tell that he has had enough. And honestly, like, it wasn't super fun for me, but I kind of know these people a little bit, so I felt bad just like showing up and leaving. But at the same time, it wasn't really all that fun because I don't really drink, and you didn't want to drink enough to where you would have had a better time.
no.
So it just,
I mean, at least you tried. Okay, I came with you to see.
we
what,
both tried.
You know. Yeah.
You weren't just like huddled in the corner. If a girl came up to talk to us or people, you were trying to be involved.
Right.
I couldn't have asked for more. It was a weird thing, and I think I'll probably try going to another event with these guys, maybe that's not centered around alcohol, just because even though we've taken shots on this show and all that, I really don't drink.
We should try to find one more down south, like Bellevue area.
There's no way a guy like me could afford looking good enough for a Bellevue girl. Like, I just don't. I have holes in my clothes. I'm comfortable like that. I
came in looking fly, wearing pants,
Yeah.
trying to look all, Gucci it up.
Well, and it really underlined the fact that I just need to get in better shape. Like, I'm never going to find the type of person that I want to be with looking like this, because a lot of people do genuinely like me for my personality, but if
People
they're not
that
attracted, then you're just a friend.
People that say it's not about looks and personality, it's a little bit of bullshit, because you have to have that first initial, like, oh, I'm attracted to you.
Yes.
Even if it's like 10%. Okay?
Yes.
And then the personality comes in and makes it the rest of 100%.
Yeah.
But you still have to have that, like, oh, he's cute. If you don't,
Right. And there's a term called sapiosexual that means that you're like sexually
homosexual?
No, just sapiosexual.
Oh, okay.
And it means you're physically and like sexually attracted to intelligence or someone's brain. I don't know that I believe that that's 100% possible, because the whole thing about sexual attraction is that it's an instinctual response to seeing a potential mate that you would want to be with, that you'd want to reproduce with. And as intelligent and compassionate humans, it's absolutely crucial to fall in love with someone's personality and all that. But it's been proven millions of times you don't have to be into someone's personality to find them attractive or to just want to fuck.
Yeah.
So
Aren't those called, like, our pheromones? Isn't it some weird science shit where, like, the pheromones, and then they connect together and they intertwine?
Well,
and then you're like, oh,
to an extent, there's pheromones are kind of a scent kind of thing.
Like when you walk into somebody's bedroom and you can smell the sex in the air.
That's just smelling like jizz and sweat. Maybe a
Some
little bit of
fluids.
regret.
Yeah.
If you're in my room. But
That's a big regret. I'm just kidding.
But I mean, I don't think that it's even fair to try and act like physical looks aren't at least somewhat important. If you walk into a room and you see someone that you're attracted to, like, you want to go talk to them, you're going to think they're funny. You're going to act like you think they're funny. You're going to be more interested in what they have to say because there's that physical attraction. Now, it's not supposed to only be that, and I don't think you can sustain a relationship that doesn't have an internal connection.
Right.
But I've never met anybody who has gotten with a person that they've dated for a long time that didn't find them attractive in any way. It just doesn't happen.
I have weird things, like, I have to be attracted, like, first sighting, like, with, like, a girl's, like, teeth for some reason. Like,
Yeah.
if they have, like, pretty teeth, and I'm like,
like,
yeah, that's not gonna work. It's weird. It's like
big,
their
sharp, pointy teeth.
It's like their smile with, like, how their teeth looks. It's weird. It's always been that way.
Smiles are a huge deal because ultimately...
That's why I don't smile in my pictures, because I have weird fucking teeth. So I just kind of...
They're really not that bad, buddy.
Well, I have the fucking rabbit teeth. You know, I got.
I mean, yeah, it does look like maybe at some point one of your ancestors might have fucked a rabbit.
I think they
But-
fucked each other, and then this is what happened.
Maybe you evolved from rabbits instead of apes. Maybe that's what it is.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right, keep it tight. I gotta take the sweatshirt off. It's hot in here.
Oh, Nick is removing his green Cheeky Shenanigans hoodie.
Yeah, dude.
We still have a couple of these left from the first batch.
It's green one. It's special. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and there's the hair.
Oh shit.
That's what you're really missing out on, ladies.
I know.
Look at that hair. And I mean, Sky does a great job cutting and coloring it, but you never fucking style it.
Okay, fine, dude. Here, check it out. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
You even have a mohawk. That totally completes the punk-ass persona.
So anyways, I found Jesse's girlfriend. I'm going to play a little clip here, Jesse. You need to look at this screen when I play this, because this is your future girlfriend, okay?
All right, I just full-sized the screen so I can check it out.
Everybody ready? And go.
Are we supposed to hear it?
Yeah,
Okay,
but...
hang on. Go back to the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to shut off our mics so we can get the audio from your computer. So when the video's over, I'll turn the mics back on. All right?
Gotcha. I am your father, Jesse.
Hello?
Look at my...
Weird, I've got
Butthole.
the From PC audio up.
It's okay.
Give it a shot?
Is it working?
Maybe.
Okay. Right about now.
Do you have your audio turned up?
Yeah, I do. Maybe it's just not working.
To show you what you're
Oh,
missing.
there it is. Okay, ready? There it is.
You're with her now?
You gotta look.
Okay. I guess I'll just have to show you what you're missing.
That's what you're missing. That's your girlfriend right there. You sure you... Look at those teeth. Look at those teeth.
This was all just to show me that?
Yep. That's your one and done mate for life, dude.
Oh, good.
Right there. She's trying to show you what you're missing.
That's fantastic.
I was thinking of you when I watched that, because TikTok is a weird thing. I think it's for kids, teenagers. There's a lot of cringiest videos in here where there's like old men, adults, an old woman like that trying to, you know, make videos. I feel weird about it. I wouldn't go and make videos like that. I mean, we do podcast videos because we're adults, you know?
Yeah, but haven't you been trying to pitch to me the idea of making our own cringy TikTok videos on purpose?
No, I've been thinking about making our own promo video, which is like a bad movie trailer scene.
Well, I don't want to talk about that because we're actually going to do that one.
I know we're going to do it, but I wouldn't want to do TikTok. I feel like that's...
You told me when you first discovered
No, I
those.
said I would want to do like most cringiest TikTok videos, not us making the videos.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
I thought it'd be funny if we on purpose made our own.
I couldn't do it. I'd go against my morals that I have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
When did you discover these?
When DJ Fallon let me touch his butt. And then every time I hit his butt, he does a scratch.
Ooh. I'm trying to think if there was anything else from that singles meetup that we missed.
It's just, yeah, it's
was
not
a
my
rough-
deal. Like, I'm 31 now.
Yeah.
I used to go to like the bar that used to be Shotzi's. It was Aces. Like
Yes. Or
22,
like Chrome Cafe.
23, 24. I go hang out, play beer pong.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm old now. I don't know. If you go to the bar, I'm just gonna go hang out with friends and drink, not try to go get a fucking.
So let me ask you this then: how do you meet ladies? If you don't, now hold on. If
my
you
daughter's preschool.
don't- Jesus Christ!
Fucking- How else?
You may want to clarify you intend on meeting parents there.
Well, yeah, this is what I'm saying.
That's not how it sounded.
You know. I'm not talking about pedophilia. I'm talking about, you know, I meet other parents, correction, guys or girls. Okay.
Oh, swinging both ways.
Yep, I'll swing
Nice.
it both ways, just like a cherry tree.
I don't get that.
You never heard of that?
No.
Me either. So anyways, like, I mean, I've done the online thing. That doesn't work. I kind of just, you know, I'm just going to wing it now. I'm just, whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to go out
But how do you expect to meet anybody if you don't go out or put yourself out there?
Because, you know, fucking whatever's going to happen, happens, you know? It's not like I just stay in the house all damn day. I do go out. Maybe I'll be at a store. I'll be like, oh. And then, like, I'll romantically, like, bump into her on accident, and she'll drop something and be like, oh, here you go, ma'am. And then our eyes will have, like, this one moment, and then we'll be like, next scene, we're boning, okay?
Here's how I see that scene really playing out. You're in the grocery store. You bump into carts with a hot girl. You, for a second, are like, oh, this could be it. And then her jar of pickles drops out of the cart, shatters on the ground, and she slips in the pickle juice.
Okay.
She falls, and 3 pieces of glass are deeply embedded into her leg at this point, and she is screaming. Then, as you're feeling bad and going, wait a minute, now if I can help her and save her, then I'll be the hero and she'll like me. And as she's screaming, you go to help her and she slaps your hand away and says, get away from me, you klutz. Then her boyfriend walks up, punches you in the mouth, and then the cops show up and they press charges on you.
Okay, that's good. Or the pickles drop, glass shatters, she's on the ground screaming. I have my cart, I look at her, and I just turn around, walk away. Just
that sounds like the real ending to the scenario, even the way you played it.
No.
You romantically bump carts, you look at her, she hopes for a second, oh, look, this guy's kind of cute, maybe he'll talk to me. And then you go, oh, I'm sorry, and you turn and go away. That's kind of what I'm picking up, because, look, I'm not saying you have to go out to singles nights at bars every weekend. That's not the type of person I would want to meet either. But you gotta go to some place at some point where you might even accidentally meet somebody. And I mean, other than the nights that we go play shows every now and then, when do you really do that?
Then. I don't know, dude. I've always, like,
How did you meet Lindsay?
Taylor's preschool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Taylor's mom was at work. Before that was like high school. I've always been like in a relationship. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just happens. It's weird. I've never gone out and like looked for it or kind of like went clubbing to meet somebody.
Well, if you were the type,
I've had like a drastic fucking emotional breakup. So now I'm just gonna fucking do my own thing and not worry about trying to meet someone. I don't know.
What about just like a fuck buddy or something? I mean, a lot of people in your situation who are still kind of reeling and recovering from a long and possibly emotionally draining relationship.
I've tried that.
Do that.
You know, like a decade ago, and you know, the girl always like, okay, yeah, but then fucking they're like, you just want me because you just want to fuck me, and that's it. I was like, well, isn't that the point of a fuck buddy? You know, there's no emotional attachment. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and the problem, anytime I've done that, is I usually end up being the person who wants to, like, go further and do a relationship, and then the girl's like, come on.
I'm total opposite, right? Because you're just saying fuck buddy. I've had so many opportunities to just bone random women. Like, I'd stay the night with somebody, lay in their bed, we kind of, like, flirt, talk, and, like, I know she wants to have sex. I'm just like, I feel like you're dirty, and then I just turn and then, like, go to sleep.
You feel like she's dirty?
Yeah.
Why?
Because just, like, the way she would talk. Like, there was one she would say, like, she felt like she slept with, like, every dude in Tacoma, or she felt like she slept with, like, the nastiest dude in Tacoma, and I'm laying there, I'm like, why would you tell me this? And then I, like, turned over. And then there was another time, me and my buddy went out to Ace's, the bar. We stayed the night at some chick's house. I got the hotter one. And then we're laying in the bed. I'm just like, I don't know. And then I just fell asleep. And then the chick told my buddy, yeah, you didn't make any moves on me. So I'm really weird when it comes to who I'm with, I guess. I don't know.
So how do I want to phrase this question then? Because I like the fact that we're kind of getting into some of the nuts and bolts of how you are
into my core.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of things you can do. Like when we play music, you don't necessarily get to explore it this much in depth. Even if you write a song, it's kind of usually analyzing one aspect of a relationship or something. Mm-hmm. But now we're getting to talk about some of the real stuff, like what really goes on, and there's no bravado attached or hyperbole. So
like I don't have to worry about what I'm saying now.
How many? I know that we've already discussed your sexual partners, but how many of them were not girlfriends or relationships of any kind?
Well, I've only had 4 real serious relationships.
And you had sex with what? 7 people?
Like 7, 8.
So about half of them were relationships, half not.
Yeah.
And the ones that were not, what, like, was there anything that these girls had in common?
Honestly, no.
Is there anything that's been in common with the girls you've dated? Like,
Well, here's the thing, okay? Honestly, lately now, I've been on and off with Lindsay, correct?
yeah, for a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah.
So now when I try to compare now, not on purpose, because I still have some attachment there because it's been so long.
Yeah.
So I compare and then I'm like, they're not right for me. So that's why I say I just need to wait. You know what I mean?
So you get past the point where you're comparing them all to Lindsay?
Yeah, to the point where like I just don't care anymore. Like I'm over it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for how long you guys were together, you're definitely still in the wounded deer phase. But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to help you do in a roundabout and possibly incorrect way is realize that that could be a positive for you. Like, there's a lot of people, even if you don't want to go out and have sex with some girl because she feels bad for you or whatever, like some guys will do.
Like a pity?
There's people out there that are looking for someone to really take things slow with. They just want somebody to give them a little companionship. There's a lot of girls out there who are going through what you're going through and would be open to finding someone who maybe didn't want to have sex with them right away, and didn't want to jump right into a relationship. The problem with all of my relationships is that they've always pretty much started with sex. And then we find out after a couple months that either something's gone wrong or they're cheating or, there's just not that much in common and there's a real deep infatuation at first. You have the opportunity to really get to know somebody slowly just by putting yourself out there even before you think you're ready. And maybe it'll just turn into like, oh, okay, I have a really good female friend now. And you don't have any platonic ones of those, do you?
No, I have like close girlfriends.
That you have not or would not ever have sex with?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to get in trouble for that. Because you're in a relationship, right? But then you have like a close girlfriend.
Oh.
It doesn't matter what they think. They still think like,
I guess.
But on the other side, they have like a bunch of guy friends. And then you're like, oh, well, what's that? Oh, it's different. It's different. Delete him. Delete this chick, that one. Oh, he's been my best friend for like 12 years. I can't do that.
It's hard for me to comment on that because I would say that right now I pretty much have like 5 people in my closest circle of best friends. That would be you, Aaron, Sky, Yvette, and Devin. Like all together, you guys, and Aaron's got, just an advantage on the rest. But that's what I consider my
Not
best
for long,
friends.
Aaron.
But so I've had all those, but like Sky, I've known for longer than I've known Aaron.
Yeah.
And it's always been completely platonic. And I've never had a girl be weirded out by that. And then, like, since I've met Yvette and now we live together and stuff, like, it's always been important to me with anyone I was talking to or dating. Like, hey, you got to be cool with Yvette. She lives here, but it's not like that. We're not, that's not on the table ever,
Yeah, I kind of, I feel that way too with her.
With Yvette?
Yeah, like the friend.
Yeah.
For friend zone.
She's just,
I don't.
And that's the thing. I love that you brought up that phrase because so many guys use the word friend zone instead of the word rejection. Now, there's a difference because the friend zone is something good, I feel. I do have female friends.
It's good when you just want to be friends with the chick. It's not good when you're pursuing the chick and she says friend zone to you. See what I'm
But girls
saying?
don't do that. If they say, look, I like you, but just as a friend, that's not putting you in a friend zone. That's a rejection for your advances. Now, she's saying, I value you as a person. I'd like to still be your friend, but I don't want to date you or whatever. That's not being put in the friend zone. The friend zone is a mutual position where you're both purely platonic friends. Anything other than that is a rejection. Right. And I think that guys, most of us, are just too delicate to really honestly own up to that, like, no, she didn't friend zone you, she rejected you.
Yeah.
But she still wants to be your friend. She still wants you in your life. How is that a bad thing? Just be, and I've had so many girls that I've been into that didn't want to date me. And, for a while I fell victim to believing in that whole friend zone bullshit for a while. But, now in my mid 30s, it's easy to recognize, like, look, there are people that I know that are women who, if they came to me and were like, hey, I want to date you, I'd have to be like, I don't like you that way, but I do love being your friend. Can we keep it there? That's not friend zoning either. That's a rejection. But it's not a rejection.
It always feels like rejection, though.
Yeah, because it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But if both people value that friendship enough to overcome that, that doesn't mean you're friend zoned. It means you're just friends.
I feel like it only works if you first meet up and there's no attraction with each other. That's the only way I feel like it actually works between a male and female.
No.
Yeah.
Because
if there's attraction on the guy's side, he's always going to want that little piece of like, oh, maybe we can be together, but she's never going to want to. Or vice versa. Or if you guys are like, oh, you're just cool, I want to hang out with you. No attraction, then it just syncs up.
That's the easiest way to have a platonic female friend. But I have a couple now that I either asked out or wanted to get with or something in the beginning. And after enough time of just being friends, I don't think about that anymore.
I've had problems with this in the past. There's a difference, right? When girls have guy friends, it's okay. But this is where I have a hard time with it when they have their guy friends, but the guy friend has always wanted to try to be with them. Then that's when I'm like not okay with it. Now, if it's a guy friend and they're just friends and he's never wanted to try to do anything with you, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But I've had problems in the past where they're guy friends, but they've always wanted to be with them.
I call those guys sharks.
Yeah?
That's what they're doing. They wait until there's a little blood in the water. They wait until the girl's vulnerable, and then they move in and try to get what they want.
Yeah.
I don't respect that at all. I think that is very, very low and shitty. But there's also a difference. Like, there's certain like guy friends who maybe they would never do anything to ruin the relationship. They would never make advances to do anything like that. They would never try to step in between her and a girl or her and a boyfriend. But when she's single, sometimes it does come up where it's like, hey, why not me? And I know at least 2 or 3 people who are with people that's how it happened, like, oh, he was just always a good friend, and then finally I saw him that way after this breakup or something.
Yeah.
That's different. It's okay to still be attracted to a female friend, and it's okay to go, I wonder what it would be like to date her. But as long as you don't push it, as long as you don't try for it and then get rejected and then say, oh, I got friend zoned, woo, woe is me, girls only like assholes.
Technically you were just a friend in the beginning. I don't know.
See, and so, like, I really wish that all these douchebag, quote unquote, nice guys would get over themselves and the whole friend zone concept and just realize it's a rejection, but it's okay if it's a rejection. And as long as you genuinely still want them in your life or still want to be their friend, that's not a friend zone. That's just being friends.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Would you be best friends with O.J. Simpson?
I might act like his best friend if only to try and get a real confession out of him.
Do you think he did it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm always like back and forth on it.
I gotta admit this though. So I was in 7th grade when the verdict was read out, and we actually turned on the TV in my class. I remember the room and everything. My teacher at the time, her name was Miss Osterman. This was at Lakewood Elementary School. I remember everything about it. And they turned on the TV, and I know that my mom, when we'd been watching all the news leading up to it, she thought he was guilty and wanted him to go, but I didn't want to see the black guy punished for some reason. I was a kid, I thought, oh, this is just a setup or whatever. So when they read out the verdict, about half the class cheered, the other half said boo, and from that point, some of us couldn't look at each other the same way.
I've like researched a lot about this case, and I've watched, the O.J. Simpson, TV show on Netflix, like the actual.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Now, wait, is that the one with all the actors?
Yeah, the actors.
The trial?
Yeah, and then I went through YouTube and actually watched like the real trial parts.
Yeah.
Johnny Cochran was really smart playing the race card. They're really smart at doing that. That one police officer that was an actual like racist and started, saying N-bombs.
Mark Furman.
Yeah. Yeah, that really just, I don't know, dude. That was like the only one time ever in fucking, history that it's going to get away with murder that easily.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never know. There could have been a few who did get away with it that went on trial that it just wasn't so publicized or obvious. But like the thing about the whole Johnny Cochran defense and playing the race card and stuff, like, yes, that is exactly what happened. But even in 2019, we are still seeing police brutality against minorities and stuff. Like, is it really such a stretch to think that that isn't what happened? Like, maybe they were trying to set him up. If they did so, they did a really good job of making him look guilty after the fact.
Yeah.
Just not enough to be convicted.
I love seeing, O.J. Simpson's Twitter feed. Like, hello, Twitter world.
Yeah, he just joined and he posted like a picture of himself on his property or something, and people were instantly able to tell exactly where he lived based on the background images.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw something about that.
I'd be going by just throwing gloves in his driveway. Need some free gloves?
Well, and if he's so oblivious to protecting his own privacy on Twitter,
Yeah.
do we really think that he's capable of covering up a murder? Like, I don't know. I think he did it. I do now, but I don't know if he's smart enough to have gotten away with it on his own. Maybe his defense was just super good or something.
Maybe his
I don't
best
know.
friend was involved too. The guy who was driving the Bronco.
Oh, what was his name? Kato Kalin.
Oh, I thought it was LL Cool J. My bad. So, speaking of guys, I'm starting a new segment here. Okay, I wanted to do it this way as well. I'm gonna pick out a douchebag of the week. It could be anybody. It could be famous. It could be my uncle, your uncle. Doesn't matter.
My uncle's awesome.
If you listen to this and watch this and want to, help out and put your douchebag of the week and DM me, give me some of those DMs of the person. It could be your brother or sister. Send me a picture in the description, and then I'll put it up here as well.
Yeah, let's create a hashtag for this if people want to hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. Let's go.
Yeah, and then you wanted to spell it differently, which was a good idea.
Yeah, so on the screen during the edit, I'm going to put some text here, and it's going to say hashtag douchebag of the week, spelled WEAK.
Like you're weak.
Weak, son.
Weak, bitch.
All right, hit me.
I'm rich, bitch.
Oh,
Okay.
and the idea is that we're each going to present one each week, and we'll kind of talk about them and maybe decide amongst ourselves who we think is worse. But please feel free to chime in and let us know who you think was the bigger douchebag also.
Okay, this is my douchebag of the week, okay?
Do it.
It might be a surprise to you. Let's see.
If it's a picture of me, I'm just going to be pissed.
No, it's not you. Ready? Can you tell me who this is? Who is that?
Antonio Brown?
This is Antonio Brown, my douchebag of the week. You want to know why?
Why?
Because he's a fucking football player that makes millions and millions of dollars. Doesn't have to work anymore in his life except for a season. And he's complaining about a stupid 10-year-old fucking helmet.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to wear a new helmet because something with the vision of his eyes. But guess what? If you practice enough with it, your fucking eyesight, matches up with the helmet and no problem. But just because you fucking sucked last year, don't know how to play, you're going to do a holdout, and you fucking got frostbite on your fucking foot because you didn't wear the right shit when you're doing some fucking cold therapy thing?
Yeah, it sounds like he's trying to set himself up to have lowered expectations on him for this season.
Like
maybe he knows he's not going to play well.
Yeah, get over your fucking self. Just wear the fucking helmet.
The funny thing on that story was he'd cited Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers as being two other players who were still using the old helmet that he liked, like the exact model. Both of them have switched this offseason.
Yeah.
So he's the only one.
They're
You have
not
no leg
fucking
to stand
complaining?
on. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I hate Tom Brady, but he's not complaining.
Yeah.
I like Aaron Rodgers. That's my man crush. It's all right, Just kidding. I would never cheat on Tom. It's okay. So that's my douchebag of the week. Jesse sent me his.
Mine's a little bit different.
Okay.
I troll a couple different fascinating Reddit threads, and this one came from a thread called r-insane parents.
So this is right. This is I'll bring down the bottom right here. Mum.
I don't know where the article came from. Probably like Australia or England.
Mum wants 14-year-old daughter to get plastic surgery because ugly. I can't do an English accent, dude.
Ugly people get nowhere.
Ugly get people nowhere. And you know what? There is moms out here like this, and it's pretty fucking shitty.
Yeah, and I sent you this version because it had these pictures and the better headline.
Right there,
but
yeah.
in the article, there's a great sub-headline that was something to the effect of, by the time she's 16, she's going to get a lip injection. She's going to get her a boob job. She wants to get ass implants because she wants her daughter to look like a Kardashian. And the mom said, my sons are both intelligent, and they're going to be able to do fine in school. I don't want to put my daughter on that path because she's not as smart, so she's going to have to rely on her looks.
Right, that's a shitty fucking parent right there.
Yeah.
You don't get in life by looks. I mean, you can if you want to be a slut.
Yeah.
You books, school, job.
I don't think anyone ever makes a conscious decision to get by on their looks. I think that people are born good looking, and when they realize, or when they just naturally are being treated better because of that, they just start to go with it.
Who's more successful, though? A really good-looking woman that has a nice career and smart, or one that has to fucking beg her husband for money or suck his dick all the time to get a sports car?
No, absolutely. But the thing is, there's plenty of women who still are way more quote-unquote traditional in the sense that all they want is to get married and be a mom and stuff. And that's cool if that's what you want to do. All that women's equality is meant to do is give you the option. You know, you can still choose to be a housewife without a career if you want to. That's fine. But, like, your mom shouldn't be the one telling you that's all that you're good for.
Yeah.
You know?
That's some bad parenting skills.
I think so.
So, being a parent, I have actually been able to separate, like, the white trash douchey parents from, like, the actual good parents in life.
How do you do that? What's the difference?
It's just being around those type of people and just different parenting skills. Like,
but tell me what a douchey parent
I don't want to
like
name names. You know what I'm saying?
No names.
I'm trying to.
Tell me some of the actions they do that make you see them that way. How can you tell this?
Just by the way, you know, they let their kids do. You know, they fucking let their fucking like 11-year-old daughter just fucking go on Instagram and make little fucking slutty flirty videos. Like, they don't watch what they say or do, or they just let them fucking walk around in the fucking streets with no parenting supervision at all. Or you have these other nice parents that don't let their kids have a cell phone, or they do, but they keep track of every little fucking thing, and they make sure they get their homework and shit done, and let them, you know, fucking do sports and keep them active, and just not hand you technology and be like, here you go, see you later.
Yeah. Well, I've seen that, and this always sounds weird coming from me because I'm not a parent, but I find it ridiculous that parents don't allow non-parents to ever comment on parenting. Just because I don't have my own child doesn't mean that I can't observe behaviors that are clearly destructive.
I mean, you're an uncle, right?
I have one niece and three nephews, all from my sister. They're amazing. They're hilarious. But my sister and her husband live in Doylestown, Ohio.
I thought you were going to say Dayton, Florida.
No, Doylestown, Ohio. It's like 2 miles outside of Amish country and a little bit outside of Akron. Mm-hmm. And so whenever I've gone over there, they just have some different values. You know, their kids aren't always glued to technology over there. They're playing outside. They walk to school still. You know, they're active. They still do that. And over here on the West Coast, especially in the Seattle area, it seems like parents are just so quick to hand someone a flashing screen and let that be the parent for a while.
You know, I want to be your parent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Daddy.
I'm going to spank you with a ruler.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Have you ever heard this from your friends? You're whipped, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much...
Now, is it because we're whipped, or is it because we're actually in a good relationship?
I think that there is definitely a difference. Because if you're in a good relationship and you say, no, I'm not going to go out with you guys tonight, I want to spend time with my wife, that's not being whipped.
Yeah.
What being whipped is when you go, let me ask my wife if I can come out, and you know that you require permission. Like, there's a difference between I want to respect my wife and spend time with her, and her opinion matters to me. There's a difference between that and I can't do anything without her telling me it's okay.
Right.
That's the difference. But people, I mean, guys, we're going to rip on each other no matter what.
You're fucking gay, bro.
Yeah, even if you have the hottest supermodel girlfriend who is amazing to you and treats you with respect and vice versa and all that, even if all that's true and your guys your friends totally respect that. The one time you can't go out or something because you have something else to do, they're still going to be like, you're whipped.
I know.
Yeah, that's just how we are. We're shitty to each other.
You know what? Speaking, I get a lot of crap from you guys because I'm not homophobic. I just think being gay is funny. It's not my fault. It is. Sorry. But a lot of guys, like us friends, there's gay jokes all the time between each other.
Yeah. And I admit that sometimes, like not on the show, but sometimes, especially with Nick, I do crack like that now and then. But my thing is this. I use that term ironically. It means that I think that calling you anything other than what you are is funny. So if I called you Chinese, that would be funny because you're not.
Now, is this was that racist?
That was a little racist. But by me calling you that, I'm saying it ironically. Like, I'm not saying that you are Chinese and being Chinese is bad. I'm saying that you're clearly not Chinese, but I'm going to call you that. Same thing with being gay. For years, we would use those terms derogatorily.
Technically,
like, oh, that's
was
shitty.
Gay meant happy, right?
Gay did mean happy. It still does.
So then how did the gay community take the gay word and turn it into gay?
I don't know how that word was popularized.
Huh?
I don't.
How does that happen? You can't just steal a fucking word and then be like, you can't say that.
Oh, you can. I mean, the Nazis did that with the swastika. That used to be like a Hindu or Buddhist symbol of like peace.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get a tattoo removed. Fuck. Dude, this sucks.
But we're living in a day and age when we're doing that all the time. Like we're constantly taking words and empowering them beyond their actual meaning to a point to where they become difficult to say anymore.
Speaking of Adam Ray, you know what word? You know what word he uses, and I'm just like, who the fuck says that anymore?
What?
Fucking bonkers. Like,
Bonkers?
That's bonkers, dude. I'm like, who the fuck says that
That's
anymore?
a great word.
I know. I'm just like, bonkers.
We're going to have to continue using that word a little bit. And if you guys don't remember, a couple shows back, we'd gone to open mic comedy night that I performed at that was headlined by Adam Ray.
His best friend's a midget.
And they have their own podcast also. What's it called again?
About Last Night.
About Last
Adam
Night.
Ray and the midget Brad Williams.
Yeah, and it's really funny. It's really good. And he was an amazing stand-up.
Yeah.
And after the show, we talked to him. He does want to come on and do the show. And then...
even though he said yes, if he's just trying to be nice and say yes, I'm just going to keep bugging him until he does.
But yesterday I was in a Twitter talk with him and a couple other people, like a Twitter thread going on. And not only did he still express interest in doing our show, but two of his buddies now want to also.
Yeah.
And one of them, they run a show. Let me pull up the details.
I want to tell a
wanna call him
midget
out.
story really quick.
Hold on, real quick.
Really quick?
So,
Okay.
Real quick, a podcast called The Street Report. And
Sounds exciting.
yeah,
About street stuff.
It's
gangs,
actually a really good show. I was just finishing...
drive-bys, drug deals.
This episode with Adam Glib is a little bit more political because Adam Glib is a comedian who's running for president. So that episode's a little political, but
That
it's
doesn't
still really
mix.
good.
Yeah.
And so I want to give them a shout out, but we're going to try and do a cross cast, like a podcast mix where they do our show, we'll do theirs. So we've got a couple more potential guests that are also doing this on a higher level.
I'm going to be excited the first time I get to be a guest on somebody's show because I just want to see if I'm still the same as I am now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if someone gets offended and they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, and in the meantime, like we're used to having guests on that we put on the headphones and mics and we know that we're running the show.
Yeah.
I've never done it either. Apparently you haven't, where we've gotten to be the guest. And yeah, I'd like to do that, oh, everyone, this is Nick and Jesse from Chickity Shenanigans. Like that would be a cool feeling,
Hey, I was thinking about just doing a different look, right? I was thinking about just shaving my face but leave a mustache. Do you think that'd be kind of like a pedophile-ish?
No, but
No?
if you want to do that, just wait till November. Shave your whole face and just grow the mustache like all the other guys do. At least if you're going to try it, it'll be for a good cause, and there'll be millions of other guys doing it at the same time.
I was trying to make a funny look or something. But anyways, my
It'd be
midget
funny
story.
if you did like the French
That's what I
mustache
wanna
with the
do.
twisty ends.
I could do it.
You can do that? Your facial hair does that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous of that.
This is the Mexican facial. Yeah.
Now, I'm part French, so I should be able to do that, and I can't. What is your heritage? I
Don't
don't think
know.
I've asked you that before.
I want to do actually 23andMe and find out, but then I don't because then they'll have my DNA.
We should both do that. Who do you care, or what? Why would you care if
The
they have your
fucking
DNA?
machines will have our DNA, dude.
So what?
Terminator.
What does them having your DNA give them on you?
They will come and rape us.
They could do that without your DNA.
I know, I'm willing.
In fact, you're exclusively banging machines right now.
Yep. It's called the fake vagina vibrator toy.
Like a pocket pussy?
No, I don't know, but I want to try it. I should try it.
There was another
Someone give me a freebie.
There's another candidate for my pick on douchebag of the week. That it was this parent who had discovered their like 11 or 12-year-old kid had one of those and like some lotion in their room, and they took a picture of it all and blasted their kid on Facebook.
Oh, that's a fun parent though.
That's a shitty parent.
That's something I would do.
Then I'm sorry, man. You're a shitty dick parent.
Well, I mean, was the parent doing it like, look at what my son's doing, or was it like, haha, I got you?
No, it was the first one.
Oh yeah,
It was
okay.
like, I can't believe my kid.
Okay,
would
well
do
that's
this.
a bad one. If
They
you
were
do
shaming
it,
him.
yeah, not shaming. I would just be like, haha, look what the fuck my son's
Yeah.
doing. Funny.
Yeah, there. I mean, but even then, I could see doing that around friends. I don't think I would ever want to put that on Facebook. Like my dad. Okay, I'll give you an example. My dad did something like that to me, and this is an embarrassing kind of story. But I was like about the same age, 11 or 12. Puberty had kind of hit, but I didn't have any like real facial hair yet. But one day I was at my dad's house, and I think I was wearing a tank top or something, and he saw that I had some hair under my arms finally.
Yeah.
And in front of like all my stepsisters and my real sister and my stepmom, he just goes, "Oh man, Jesse, you've really got some hair under those armpits. I'll bet you've got a really hairy bush."
Dude, my sister like always knew like when I like was jacking off in the shower or something. I don't know how. I think when
Probably
you
because it took you 20 minutes.
like I remember coming out one time and everybody was like at the table. My sister was like made some comment about like Jack and like something, and I knew what she was meaning, but I was trying to act stupid. I'm like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, fuck, damn it. I used to play the Blink-182 Enema in the State in the background in the bathroom.
You would literally jerk off to Blink-182.
Yeah, just like turn up the music high. You know? They've always been there for me, dude. That's why it's really hard for me, you know, to try to see Blink-182 now. It's not the same.
We're going, though. We're going at the end of this month.
Yes, and I'm wearing a I'm making some Tom DeLonge shirt, and I'm wearing it. I'm really going to do it. I got to figure out what it's got to say, though. Like
without Tom, no Blink. Or
yeah,
something like
that's something like that.
No
Big
Tom,
bold-
no Blink.
Yes, that's it right there. No Tom, no Blink-182.
Now, I understand why you are that way, because obviously Tom is a huge part of Blink. He helped form the band. He did so many records with them. But I really wish that you would just listen to the newer Blink with Matt Skiba, because he was from Alkaline Trio.
Yeah, I like
Still
it.
is.
I mean, I like a few of their songs.
Yeah, and if you listen to it as if it's not trying to be old Blink, just listen to it as what music it is. They've got a lot of really good stuff. That California record is just wall-to-wall good music.
It's like fucking trying to replace Michael Jackson and just throw Tito in there. Okay? It's not the same. And then all of a sudden Tito's ended up with fucking having slumber parties and shit. You know, he's got the whole family. You know what I mean? God.
Okay, I want to mention Thursday night, I went to my first ever WNBA game.
Yeah, Jesse likes girls playing basketball.
For many years, I was just as guilty as everyone of making fun of them and like thinking that only lesbians went to these games and thinking it wasn't going to be very good. But first of all, I had a lot of fun. I got to start with that. It was an enjoyable experience. I had fun. They won the game, and they played some pretty good basketball. Number two, I still think it's
A lesbian
mostly
game.
There's a lot of those. I mean, even the group I was in, there was 2 lesbians there that were there to watch the game. Like that there's some truth to that stereotype. So that's number 2 on my observations. Number 3, what they had these little free gifts that they would give you when you go into the game. And for a game that's centered around women and mostly viewed by women, this free gift was these 2 inflatable kind of like loud noisemaker balloon kind of things that were about this long, yellow, and shaped like dicks.
So you can ski with them. If
Pretty
you want
much.
To.
And so you've got this, pretty good event of women power. The WNBA, the Seattle Storm won the game. They're going to the playoffs. And they still had to bring out dicks into the game. And you just see, hundreds of these things. And every time they play the music, like, people are doing it with the balloons, just like smacking them around. I'm like, God, there's just dicks
Little
everywhere.
did you know there was lesbians up in the top Raptor just getting it on, shoving those inflatables in their asses.
Probably a few dudes up there doing the same thing. No, but it was like, I've never even been to a regular NBA game. I'm not a huge basketball fan, but like when
I like
the playoffs are on,
basketball when it's in the final.
yeah, when the basketball playoffs start, then I start to gain a little interest. And like I was rooting for Portland this year. They didn't do so well, but like I've just never been to an actual like full-on basketball game, and making my first professional one, a WNBA game, it was surprisingly good.
Did they dunk the ball at all?
No,
No, they can't dunk.
but
Can't dunk.
they had some amazing shooters.
I know their ball's smaller than usual. It's not regulation.
I don't really know about all that.
You know why they make the ball smaller? Because they're lesbians. They don't know how to handle balls very well.
I think it's because they just have hands the size of mine.
Yeah, and
I have
mine.
tiny little hands.
You know what?
I'm like Donald Trump. I have the tiniest hands.
I have small hands, but they can finesse very well.
Yeah, you really like how they give it to your own penis?
Yeah, and butthole.
And butthole. You
like-
put your own finger in your
It's
ass?
like a little button.
Let me just milk the old prostate here.
Isn't that funny, dude? Guys can get milked.
Yeah.
You can milk them.
You can milk either gender if you know where to put the finger.
Yeah, I have nipples. You want to milk me? The funny thing is about my nipples is on my cock.
You know, the funniest thing about that movie, Meet the Fockers, or Meet the Parents, when I saw that, it was that scene. But and I know a lot of this is my own upbringing and hangups, but when he's talking so openly about nipples and stuff, like, that word is just funny to me. And whenever
nipples,
like it's funny in that context, but then like there's been a couple times when I've been talking to a girl, maybe like kind of sexting or whatever, and then they'll actually say that word, and I'm just like,
oh, I'm right in my nipples.
I don't. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I always use descriptive terms instead of the actual names for those kind of body parts for some reason. And just hearing that, especially in like a sexual contest,
say you're in a
it makes me
bedroom
crack up.
with your one night stand,
Yeah.
a seagull looking horse face woman, right? And you guys are getting hot and bothered, and she starts like twirling your like nipple. Does that ruin your mood?
Twirling it like hard or like
just like just some nipple play? Is that
no?
yeah?
I've got. I can't believe I'm talking about this only with you, but no, I've got
everybody
fairly
else.
sensitive nipples.
Okay.
And if they're played with in the right manner, it can feel quite nice.
You know, here's the good thing about doing podcasts. There's people that are like, oh shit, look, all these famous people are doing it.
Yeah.
You know, granted, it would be kind of cool to get famous, but if not, it's all right. I still enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
It helps me out. For some reason, when you're on a podcast, you talk about shit that you would usually never do for some reason.
That's true.
And it helps me in the social aspect. Like, you know.
Really helped you last night when you were too scared to talk to anyone.
No, it's not that. It's just not my environment. Like last week, usually like when a stranger tries to talk to me and they're like, oh, hey. I'm just like, yeah. And then I'm like, ignore them. But now I'm like, oh, I should really talk to this person.
Yeah.
Maybe it could turn into a story. And, you know, I talked to him. I heard like his little like life story and like the issues, and apparently one of his good friends is like a country singer, and she's won a couple Grammys. Granted,
Okay, so-
I believed him. I'm not trying to go full extent with the story, but
No, now I want to hear it. Like, you don't have to tell his name or anything that would call the guy out or make him known to people. But how did it happen, and what was
I
the
was
story?
waiting at the Rite Aid pharmacy for my herpes cream. I sat down, and he was like looking at me, and he's like, "Oh, I like your tattoos." I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks, man." He's talking about music and shit. He's all, "You a musician?" Oh yeah, I try to be. You know, I enjoy doing it. He's all, "Oh yeah, that's good. It's good to have that." There's some people that actually just don't enjoy what they're doing, but they just want to get famous. You know, like my friend. You know, she's a country music star, and she's won Grammys. He didn't tell me who it was. I mean, I believed him. But he said she lives in New York or some shit like that, and trying to be a painter that makes money, and he's helping his dad. He's staying with his dad, and I was just telling him, yeah, you got to enjoy what you're doing, or else it's never really gonna go anywhere. He's like, that's good to have that type of love. Like, he was talking to me like passionately, which I'm not used to. So it was a different experience, but at least I tried talking to a stranger for once,
Yeah, and now you're talking about it on the podcast, so maybe next time you'll even initiate a conversation.
Yeah, be like, hey, dude, I like your shorts. You want to take those off later?
What kind of dick you got up under there?
Yeah, what kind of dickies you wearing,
Let me
dude?
see that pretty dick.
Let me see that fucking small dick energy, dude. Bring it in.
You're my brother.
Speaking of brothers, did you know that fucking brothers are black?
What?
Brother to another mother?
What?
What?
You have black brothers?
Yeah.
Who?
Fucking Tyrone, Shaniqua.
Don't think just because you saw Dave Chappelle do stand-up comedy, you can start telling everyone you have black brothers.
I'm rich, bitch.
I'm rich, bitch. All right. Well, that is our time for today.
It was a good session talking with you today. Appreciate
Feel better?
it. Yeah.
Feel like you exercised the demons a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I do.
So
I was thinking about getting a tattoo on my face later too.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Just don't. Don't.
Trying to fit in,
With who?
everybody.
I don't have one.
Yeah, because you're not a rapper.
So you're trying to fit in with rappers.
Because I'm a rapper.
Mumble rapper?
Yeah. As you can tell, I did not win our rap battle, but I still tried.
We got to do that again. But I think we want to try it with a different style of music.
Yeah,
I think
like
we should
Backstreet Boys, I'm in.
I think we
All
should
in.
do pop punk.
I don't know how we would do that though. It's totally different.
We'll
Like,
take one of our own band songs and we'll just write a verse or a chorus or something, and we'll make a song.
Yeah, but are we rapping it or singing it?
Singing it. It'll be a battle song instead of a battle rap.
Mine would just turn out to be like, fucking, you're full of burritos. What's that under your shirt?
You already did that.
Reboot ×2.
Yeah, that's why we got to do it again with a different kind of music. You might start to realize that maybe the words don't always have to be what's funny. You can make it sound a certain way too by singing it a certain way.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds okay.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll try a Backstreet Boys style one. But they don't all have to be raps. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't hear anyone else doing funny battle songs.
Right, because typical it's a rap battle.
Yeah.
Because you can rap with any beat or song.
But why can't it be a sing battle?
Because that's not a thing yet. I guess we can turn it
make
into
it
one.
a thing, yeah.
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 Why don't they have like gangbang battles? Because no one's started it yet.
I think gangbangs are already battles.
I know. For the woman.
That's one thing I could never get into. Like, every now and then I'll pull up a video just to see if I can get through it.
Uh-huh.
And about penis 3 or 4 is when I really start to just
And then
feel
you-
sorry for the
You
girl.
see
And I'm
like
like,
a
I
big
can't.
long line of dudes out the door.
They're like jerking off to keep it hard, and they're like, they know they're gonna get a turn with this girl. But like, I'm thinking about it, and maybe it's just that sex is still a little too personal for me. But like,
Yeah.
I just start to feel bad for her. I know that's
I don't
probably
know-
not the kind of scene she thought she'd get into.
I
in
don't know
porn.
how damaged a girl has to be to do that.
They're not all damaged. I've seen
There's
one porn
no
star.
way she just likes having dicks all around her face.
Some of them do. There's a series on YouTube that's pretty interesting to watch if you guys haven't. It's called Ask a Porn Star.
Yeah.
They'll come up with a question, and then they interview a bunch of porn stars and get their answers. One of them was about like gangbang scenes, and you would not believe how many of them were like, yeah, I'm all about that. Like, I enjoy it. I love doing that kind of scene. So it's not all about like a damaged
That's
person.
not relationship material at all.
Maybe not, but she's a porn star.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be trying to date her.
Well,
And if you are, like, if you can date a porn star and if you're okay with that and you can accept it, like, more power to you.
yeah, wouldn't be for me. I wouldn't be able to handle a bunch of dicks around my chick.
Yeah, you probably can't even get your own around her most of the time.
Yeah, no, I don't have anybody. All I have is,
The kangaroo
Mr.
guy.
Kangaroo down here.
We still don't have a name for him yet, so if anyone wants to suggest a name for our little kangaroo mascot guy, please let us know.
Maybe Brown Eye. Like, hey, Brown Eye.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Cheeky Shenanigans. Once again, I am Jesse, also known as Random Hero.
And I am Nick, a.k.a. Punkass. And don't forget to submit your douchebag of the week.
Douchebag of the week. We'll throw up the hashtags on the video. Please let us know. And if we like yours and we mention it on air, we'll definitely give you a shout out for it.
Yeah, we'll throw you a fucking bone.
That's
shit bone.
That's been the theme of this whole episode. Nick's just trying to throw bones everywhere.
Fucking boners. How come no one says boner anymore?
Boner's a funny word.
Boner.
And on the word boner,
we are boning out.
Boner.